Greetings and welcome to LearnToCook.com. My name is Chef Michael Zima. I am a chef professor emeritus, which means I taught for many years in culinary arts and now retired, and a chef consultant. In today's segment, we're going to do a stir-fried chicken. We have our chicken breast that we've cubed up. We have a combination of our sesame seed oil and our vegetable oil. As I go through these, certainly you could use a little bit of olive oil. Most important ingredients with the fat or the oil here is, of course, the sesame seed oil. Let me back up to the chicken. This recipe actually is very conducive to substituting the chicken breast cubes with pork. Okay, so if you want to do that. We've got broccoli. Again, this stir-fry recipe is a very quick, in a wok, in a saute pan cooking recipe, so we have to make sure that as we look at the ingredients that the textures will cook at the same time and will cook evenly. So with the broccoli, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put a little slit in the stem end, if you will, so that some even cooking goes along. Our shiitake mushrooms, we have some small batternut carrots. We have our small diced onions, our small diced celery, our minced garlic, small diced red bell pepper. We've got water chestnuts. And again, a lot of this is typical to what you might find in stir-fry recipes. We have our wok here. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to get it real hot, get it nice and hot. And as I said, then I'll add my oil, my vegetable oil and my sesame seed oil, making sure that that's nice and hot. Be careful too, because obviously hot oil will splash and we don't want you to get burnt. Okay, now again, don't get your face right in there, but go ahead and add your chicken. And make sure we get it. Now, the other thing I would mention too when you're doing this chicken, folks, make sure that you pat it dry with a paper towel. You don't want any moisture slipping, and flipping that oil back at you. The other thing too, kind of make sure that you push that food away from you, because with a wok particularly, it's going to come back and mess up your clothes. So as I said, I'm adding those just so that they cook a little bit longer, and when we put in the rest of the vegetables that they catch up. All right, I've given those carrots a few minutes now, again, because we didn't blanch them, but if you want to blanch them a little bit before you add the rest of the vegetables, that's quite all right as well. Now, we typically in sauteing or stir-frying, a lot of recipes you might find will have you put the onions and garlic in first. And I find because we're cooking at such a high heat, I would not add the garlic right away, because garlic has a tendency of wanting to caramelize, and actually in oil it'll burn, and once that happens you're going to get a bitter flavor. With that said, it gives me a little bit of moisture in there, and now I can add the garlic so I don't caramelize it too much. And the shiitake mushrooms are also very delicate, so we don't want to add them at the beginning either. I mean, again, you can, but the way I like to do it is adding them in the sequence that I just did with this video. But we actually have two cooking combinations here. We have the sauteing, but we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock. So what happens then is we start to steam. Kind of what we do in braising. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of my slurry to thicken it up. And again, I made this a little bit earlier, so what I want to do is make sure that I stir it up, because you might see the bottom, that cornstarch will want to set. I'll almost do that here, so. It goes well with Chinese noodles. It goes well with fried rice. So your choice. So I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration, and I look forward to you trying the recipe and again to see you on learntocook.com. Thank you.